Congratulations on reaching the epilogue of To End a Curse. It has been my absolute pleasure running this game, and I hope you enjoy how this ends.
Since Ezra gave him a dagger, Alexander's just gonna stab himself.
No!
Hey, it can be a silver dagger. I did have one of those, if it helps
Such
anything.
drama.
As he does this, he screams. He starts to dissolve, because she's dead.
Shit. Yeah, good job, Alexander. Alexander!
And with how their curses worked, it was a big part of what was keeping him alive. You see him starting to fade too.
Ooh.
How good.
I feel like this sort of ripple. Even those of you who don't know anything about magic, you just kind of know that someone just made a wish.
Whoa.
Oh my.
And you see Alexander starting to fade too, and he says, "Thank you. Now she can't torment anyone else, and now I can finally have peace." Never get so caught up in an idea that you forget what really matters.
Kramos bites in.
Kramos suddenly come to, and for some reason you're on your hands and knees, and you're not entirely sure why, but it feels kind of like the day after a full moon. Except for you don't feel as bad. So both of you are kind of starting to go back to yourselves. And everything around you is also starting to dissolve. Pretty soon, everything is gray. You can't see anything around you aside from each other. The texture of the ground starts to feel different. It starts to feel when you're walking on grass field during the fall going into winter and it's dead, so it's hard and kind of crunchy. That's what the ground starts to feel like. And after a couple of seconds, you're standing in a big empty field. You can still see the city of Eve's Hollow off in the direction it was before. And when you look over, you see there is a line of 6 chests. And each of them has a name on it. It's one of your names. So who's going to open their chest first?
Did I mention that my full name is Ezra Collis Eris Andrew?
No.
Yeah, no, just kidding. Keep going.
I wasn't paying attention to that transition because my guy was praying, hands down, and you can see that the chains on the scales are following gravity, and the side that had fallen down and was showing a skull is now being counteracted, and it is even now. And then it pulses a little bit light of glow, and a little golden circle lights up around it and then fades away. That's his circle of mortality, showing that he has done his job once again.
Very, very
Hell
cool.
yeah. That's so aesthetic.
And then he opens his eyes and he's like, "Oh, wait, we're outside now?"
There's some really, really weird magic holding this, keeping this place together. But do you see the chests, and who's gonna go to theirs first?
I cast Primal Savagery on my claws, and I fucking strike the ground because I'm so upset because I didn't know
Dig a pretty big hole in the ground. A pretty...
I do 2d10 damage to the ground.
That's amazing.
You dig a nice little divot into the ground.
It's 2d10 acid damage to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Ezra, when you open your chest, because your main thing is you've been wanting to retire. You kind of have a picture of a place in mind of where you want to retire. You just can't afford it. Imagining it's somewhere kind of quiet, near enough to stuff, but where you can have some peace and quiet and space from people.
Yeah.
Do 17 acid damage to the ground.
So what you find is a lot of gold and this piece of paper that a deed to a home that's almost exactly where you had pictured of where you wanted to retire to.
Oh.
Nice.
And it's now in your name.
Awesome.
So you now have an apartment and a retirement fund.
Yeah. So Ezra would scoop up a couple pockets full, I guess. I mean, he doesn't really care for all
I'm
of
just
it.
gonna say for the if there's a lot of gold, there's like a bag of holding full of gold. You stick your hand in, you're like,
Oh, okay.
oh, that's a lot.
All right. Then, yeah, he'd grab the bag.
As much as a bag of holding could hold, but that's just all that's in the bag. Phrasing.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
That's
A lot.
It is enough for you to retire very comfortably on. And pay off anyone that tries to kill you. From it.
So after picking that up and kind of stuffing the scroll into his coat, his robe, he'll just kind of like grab his hood and give it a tip and then start walking off.
Andrew will nod at him. Till the next time.
Not
Hopefully
a
not.
next time.
Hopefully not. Hopefully
No
not.
next times.
Yeah.
No next times.
Does that mean we can't call on you again, Ezra?
You could. Maybe you could come visit.
How about that?
That-
A nice peaceful next time.
Maybe we could even have a
Sleep
sleepover.
on the bed, not on the streets.
Yes, we'll set up multiple rooms.
Thank you, Ezra.
So long, Ezra.
Who's opening theirs next?
Go next.
Alright. When you open yours, because one of the things that you were sent into town for is just like any sort of trapping mechanisms to deal with the annoyingly constant stream of undead your tribe has not been able to figure out like at all where they're coming from. And when you open your chest, it's full of a series of holy traps, as well
Those are nice.
as a bell. And there's like a little note explaining that the bell basically serves as a warning, because I imagine you had something like it, but like someone had to trigger it. This one, whenever the undead come within like a certain amount of space, which would easily encircle your camp and give you plenty of time to react, it'll start ringing. And if it's at night, it'll start ringing just loud enough to where only you can hear it.
Very cool.
There's probably also some gold in there for other supplies you were looking to get.
Alright. Close the chest, tuck it under my arm, and I walk into the darkness and vanish.
So long,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you,
Come on,
Collis.
big one.
I acknowledge no one. I just go.
That was a pretty impressive hole she made in the ground there at the last moment. That was impressive.
Maybe she's in there.
They
Gravis checks. No,
Brother, how about you open your chest next?
Bubba, I didn't want to say which one's mine. I can't read it.
We'll open them at the same time and I'll point out to which one's yours.
Okay.
All right.
I go to mine and I point out which one is Kramus's.
Kramus flips the lid on his. He pushes down before he pulls it open.
I didn't open this. Oh.
Ramos, you find in yours, you both find like a nice little stockpile of like gold, silver, copper, and that's where like y'all are gonna be good for a while. Probably more money than you've ever seen in one place.
Dang. Awesome.
Oh,
And you also, there's like a little cauldron and what looks like a little model house. And as you open it, Vi, you hear your patient's voice saying, your friend
Honor?
might
Yeah.
need an explanation. Alright, sorry.
It's okay.
I'll explain to him what that is.
Okay, so then I'll walk up, seeing what it is, and start to explain.
Right.
I think I may know what it
So-
is. But...
The cauldron is a cauldron of plenty.
Okay, so this is the cauldron of plenty.
And the model house is a version of the Mordekainen's Magnificent Mansion. It doesn't make anything anywhere near as big,
Okay.
but it could easily hold up to like 4 or 5 people pretty comfortably. It doesn't produce food or anything, but it will forever be like a safe place to sleep. It is like an actual bed.
Yay. Okay, and this
We got
little
beds.
model things, it's basically a magical portable house. There's doesn't seem to be food in it, but you have the cauldron, so that's not a problem. But
Alright.
yes, you can hold up to 4 or 5 people, it looks like, in there.
And it's only people you invite can come in.
brother.
Oh, yes, and only those
Bravo.
who you can invite. So it does protect you.
Perfect.
It's like we have ourselves a home.
We can put it up next to the baker shop or the tailor's or the blacksmith, wherever we want to live now, brother.
From the outside, it just kind of looks like a door.
Oh,
And brother, now home really will be wherever you are.
and it will be wherever you are, brother. And definitely would hug him very tightly.
Varys, you will also find gold in your chest, like
Cool.
gold, silver, copper. So y'all are good. There is a potion bottle in there, and there's like a stack of papers. And on the top of the stack of papers is a picture of someone. She's a lot older than you remember, but you recognize her.
Oh shit.
Picture of your mom.
Mm.
And when you kind of flip through the papers, it's basically some of the places that she's been recently, including where she currently lives. Which, like, it's a bit of a drive, but you now have a way to find her mom. And when you look at the potion, because I imagine you've been trying to find for a long time a way to reverse at least your brother's lycanthropy. So, like, you know this potion exists, you've just never been able to get your hands on it. And you have it in your hands.
Varys would look up from the very, very overwhelmed. The money, the information on his mom, and then the potion, and he would, Kremos, can you come here, please?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Do you trust me?
I mean, yeah, like the only person I actually trust.
Warms my heart every time you say that. Then drink this, if you would.
You trying to get me drunk in a way celebration?
We're celebrating tonight, brother, for more reasons than you know, and you're about to find out one of those reasons. But drink this real quick.
All right.
Pops the stopper and she's like,
Down the hatch, all right?
When you first got infected, like, it hurt. It was like the pain just sort of like traveled all over your body, and it's still like you can still kind of remember it. But as you drink this, it's more of like this kind of weird tingling sensation. It's following the same paths, and a little voice. It's always been there. Sometimes it's quieter. Just it's gone, and like all the traces of because like you were slowly reverting back. The second you drink it, it's instant.
Oh, brother, I don't hear Fido in the back of my mind no more.
Yes, this is something I've been researching for a while, brother. Ever since that night where I bit you, I've been trying to find a way to reverse that terrible night, and you are now cured.
What's to say that I won't just get it again if you bite me again, brother?
That's a good point. You should stay inside the house, and I'll sleep on the.
Ramos, now that you're kind of back to yourself, you look back in your chest, and I didn't notice this earlier, but there's also a potion in your chest, and it looks exactly the same as what Varys just gave you.
Oh, brother, I think I got to take 2 doses. Hold on.
I think you do.
no. Kramos doesn't spend any time talking. He's like, what if you just bite me again? And then he like grabs the bottle and then just picks Varys up like in a bear hug with one arm and just force feeds it down his throat.
That's good, because I was...
The same thing happens to you, except like you've had this longer, so it's like it's a bigger weight off of you. And you're free.
Wow.
Well, I guess we're not urchins anymore.
Or werewolves.
Maybe I could even learn to read.
Maybe we could do that on the way to find, and then he shows the pictures of the mother. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if you've ever would. Yeah, you would know her.
Yeah.
For a while. Or yeah, we need some questions answered, brother, and I think this is the way to go.
Well,
to find her.
In that case, looks like it's still the street for us.
Still
Let's get a move on.
And he's like,
everyone, thank you. We've got places to be and a special person to find.
We'll be around. And then, they
kind of not so sneakily walk off.
Yeah.
All right, so, Ray, you doing yours now?
I would be saying goodbye to Varys and Kramos. Bye. I hope we can meet again soon.
So Varys will run back and hug you, and then give scritches to the adorable little pseudo dragon.
Yeah.
And she's come up and just like is now like draped around like a scarf. Like I like this much better now.
Okay. I have a question. It's still nighttime, yes?
Yeah, it's probably like you're probably in there for a couple hours, so it's still nighttime. So if certain people that now have a portable house,
Well, I was just wondering if the moon is up.
But yeah, I'm gonna say the moon's up. It's not like near full moon, but the moon is up.
No. Okay. All right.
Otherwise, that would have been more interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll slowly walk to the chest and open it.
You also find a decent pile of gold. He was very generous, but there's also a thing that when you look at it, you don't immediately know what it is. When you hear your patron just gasp. And she explains to you that that's a holy item of hers that has been lost for a very, very, very long time.
Ooh.
She has no idea how on earth it's here, but she explains, once you get this back to the temple, I may be able to do more for you.
All right.
For all of us.
Thank you, my lady.
You can't really see it, but like you feel like there's like happy tears going on for her.
I was gonna say I would turn to Andrew and say, thank you very much. It was nice hunting with you. And so I head up.
Likewise. I'll probably wait a moment.
So if you wait too long, you may start to hear singing.
Sure,
but
they're not
it's
coming
fine.
back.
But then I will slowly make my way to the chest, look at the name, and then flip it open.
There's also a lot of gold in there, but so in your time as a vampire hunter, I imagine there's one in particular where it's very personal, and this one is proved very hard to find. You find a stack of papers. The first one is a map with a city marked on it. The second one is a drawing of a building. And the third is a map of a building with a little coffin marked in one of the rooms.
Now that's more like it.
This town's actually not that far away.
He habitually scratches under the collar of his turtleneck at some scars. It's time to fix this. He closes the box with the gold and walks away.
What do you mean she's dead? She was close to breaking free of the curse, especially with the thrall bringing her prey. Who could possibly? Oh, this is interesting indeed. We will have to keep an eye on this group. They could prove useful in the future. Travel well, but mark my words. The next time we meet, don't expect things to go nearly as well.
Hey guys, Brianna here with a quick message for all of you lovely members of the TTRPG community. We have a group of friends who needs your help. Go on Twitter and check out Homebrew Queens at Homebrew Queens and see what you can do to help these lovely ladies bring their father back to the table. Let's show them what community is all about.
Are you looking for a D&D podcast with a dark side? Something more like Game of Thrones and less like Monty Python? Tale of the Manticore is part dark fantasy audio drama, part solo D&D RPG. There's no plot armor here. The dice make all the important decisions. Join me as I resurrect the excitement, wonder, and emotion of old school D&D. Made for a mature audience, Tale of the Manticore is both a fiction and a game. It's the story where chaos rolls.